my name is Jay. I'm the Global IT Manager at Personio.
Yeah, and my name is Rob. I'm a Senior Systems Engineer.
Yeah, and we're here today to talk to you about our journey with n8n at Personio. So, a little bit of the agenda here. We're just going to... You can't hear Rob?
How's that? Great.
There we go.
Nice.
Awesome. So, just a little bit of a look at the agenda. We're just going to look at the approach and the infrastructure that we set up, the training and enablement side for people who are non-technical, and then finally...
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about our security, our approach, challenges, and how we solved it at Personio.
There we go.
It's a little bit loud, is it?
A bit loud?
You need to give more power.
More power, yeah, thank you. Ah, there we go.
There we go.
Thanks.
So, I guess the what and the why. So, why n8n? Well, we are a small IT team, and it's not just me and Rob, there's a few others. But we basically needed to automate a lot of our manual processes. And at that time, Personio was also shifting toward more AI and automation. And so with that, we realized we were going to get a lot of IT tickets. So we had to rethink our approach here. So what we did was we decided to open the platform to everyone. And that was a little bit scary in the beginning. So to do that, we decided to pilot it with our people operations team. So with this, we got a lot of learnings, especially for the security side of things, which Rob will cover in a bit. But from, I guess, the non-technical user side, it was a big kind of a gap for them to fill. So we kind of ran the pilot over about 3 months, and as I said, a lot of discovery, a lot of learnings. And you're just in the way of the user experience.
Excuse me.
So we had to balance between user experience and of course compliance. And so for this, we just wanted to make sure people could build with freedom, confidence, but also staying within the guardrails of our system. So after we kind of got past that stage, thanks, Rob. Sorry, buddy.
I apologize.
We decided to create some content. And with that, we used the YouTube content that's available for everyone. And with that, we created custom quizzes as well, just to make sure that non-technical users could kind of land with the concepts. So far, we have 116 participants, which is really great, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think we'd be able to take that many tickets and build that many workflows. So 15 departments are in our project at the moment. And like with that, we also, as I said, took the learnings from earlier and placed that into the training itself. So yeah, this was a kind of complicated but less easy part. But we're kind of getting there, I would say. It's definitely, still a learning kind of a journey for us.
Of course.
But overall, we have our office hours every week. Teams are very excited about the idea of being able to build their own processes and automate. They're also learning, and our learning and development team are very excited about all of the upskilling. But I guess the main takeaways here is that a small IT team can balance, a very high influx of users now. And with that as well, our security posture is very well managed by Rob, which he'll cover very soon. And the thing that all the C-levels love to see is time saved. And this is 150 hours, give or take, at the moment, per month. And that's growing as more and more teams come on board. So overall, it's a pretty great journey so far. Over to you, Rob.
Thank you, Jay. Let's switch
I'll
places.
stand over here now, so I'm
Thank you. Great. So I'm going to talk a little bit about security and some of the challenges I had deploying n8n within our enterprise. So one of the first things that I thought about, or a lot of people would think about, is security. Hopefully it's one of the main concerns. So in terms of what we've already done with the platform, we've already implemented SSO. We have project level access, so users can segregate access to credentials. We also have many other challenges as well, though. So what we really needed was to get a little bit deeper in terms of how we have visibility on users and what they're really doing in the workflows, because as I say, we're rolling this out to many users who may be technical and non-technical. So that was my primary concern when developing a solution. So here you can see an example. This is our IT security dinosaur workflow. That will become clear in the next slide. So broadly, I solved this problem by using n8n's really useful feature, which is the integrated security report. This is a tool call within the AI agent nodes. I segregated credentials and workflows. And broadly what's happening here for these workflows is it's classifying the risk based on the security tool output. And since the output can be non-deterministic, we're enforcing a strict schema via the structured output, as you see here. So this really gives us a high level of confidence, and we can use the already integrated n8n security report, which is already part of the tool. So it was really a no-brainer to use this, so we can pass all those workflows and really understand what users are getting up to if they're doing anything risky. So after we've done that and collected those results and classified that, we'll move on to the next stage of the flow, which incidentally looks a little bit like a T-Rex. This wasn't intentional. This was completely by accident. So the business end of this flow, or the dinosaur's mouth, which you see, is where we handle critical workflows. So if you find a critical failure or a critical risk within a workflow, we'll deactivate that flow. We'll also notify the user, and we'll give context based on the security report and say, hey, you have this risky node, or you have, for example, an unprotected webhook in there. So we've disabled your flow. We're also, as IT specialists, we're also notified of this as well. The bottom flow is essentially just formatting the results of the report and passing that on to Datadog, which is our SIEM solution that we use across many services in Personio. So that brings me neatly on to observability. So within Datadog, we can build really comprehensive dashboards that give us a really great view over n8n event logs. So we can really visualize and see what workflows are failing over time. If there's any anomalies as well, we can craft our alerts and we'll be on top of any issues which might be happening in any workflows, for example, if they're erroring out of control. We have full visibility on our credentials as well, if credentials aren't used in active flows. So we can follow up with users and say, hey, you haven't used this in a long time. Do you want to disable it or remove it completely? So that's something which we can manage. And finally, the results of our security audit report, we're classifying risk, and we can really visualize and see which workflows are high risk, medium, critical, or low as well. So in a nutshell, this really helps us, and we've utilized already existing tools within n8n to make sure that we're on top of all our monitoring and logging, all kind of nicely nested within our observability stack within Datadog. Cool, but we're not really finished yet. We're really, as Jay mentioned, we're really at the start of our journey. So in terms of environment management, we really need to separate our concerns. So that means in the future, we plan to implement 2 instances and also enforce source control as well for that. So users can happily develop, and we can ensure only live or active workflows are pushed to our production instance.
Yeah, and thanks, Rob. And at the moment, then the next step is automating the reviewer process for any of the workflows, because at the moment we're manually doing it. So we're actually sitting with people every week and just going through how we're going to more or less put it on live. And yeah, that's a lot of time invested from both sides that we'd like to automate. So if anyone has any ideas on how to do that, that would be awesome from talking to you a little bit later. But yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Thank you for listening.
Any questions?